We have a lot of pirate news to get into in today's video. We have a new Creator 3-in-1 set. This is a new pirate ship that's going to be coming out this summer. It is already basically confirmed. We have BrickLink Designer Series 10 submissions are going out now, so which usually brings a lot of pirate-inspired sets and that we're going to be able to vote on and maybe have them become a real set. We also have BrickLink Designer Series 7 Frigate Fortuna set, a big walkthrough from BrickLink themselves, as well as some of your guys' mocks. I'm going to be going through them, rating them, and it's going to be giving us some ideas of just good inspiration for pirate themed stuff. So without further ado, let's get into the video right now. Okay, so starting off, we are going to be looking at the new Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship set. Now, this is kind of the same thing that happened with the Castle 3-in-1. We previously had the Black Falcon's Castle 3-in-1. It retired, and then like a year or so, half a year later, they came out with the new 3-in-1 castle, which was the Horse Knight castle that replaced that Black Falcon castle. So we can kind of base what we're going to be getting for the new pirate ship kind of in the same way that the castle theme did, because we can look at how many minifigures they included, what the price increase was, what the piece count was. So let's just go ahead and talk about this. A new rumor has been sighted off the port of Bow. Scheduled for release in June 2026, it is going to be the 31387 Legendary Pirate Ship, which is another creator set, and it's going to be containing 1,074 pieces. The little information that we do have available is that the count is only 1,074 pieces, which is down 200 pieces from the previous Pirate 3-in-1 ship that was 1,264 pieces. So this is the original right here. You could break it down and turn it into two different other things besides the pirate ship. But that's retired as of now. And the other creator set that we got was the Scary Pirate Island. So this is kind of like the third pirate set that we're going to be getting. And this was the old one at $120. We got, what, 3 minifigures? 4 if you want to count the skeleton, plus the little brick-built shark, which we always get brick-built animals. We never get molded animals in these sets. But looking at the comparison of the castles, because that's like the best thing that we have to go off of what we're probably going to be able to expect out of this new pirate ship. First of all, it's going to be called the Legendary Pirate Ship. This one was just called Pirate Ship. That in and of itself is kind of like, okay, what does that mean? Is it going to be regal looking with a lot of gold? I'm thinking like Queen Anne's Revenge, the Royal Revenge from Dead Men Tell No Tales kind of vibes with Legendary Pirate Ship. But we'll have to see what that honestly brings, because this one was called Medieval Castle and this one's called Medieval Horse Knight Castle. So, but going off of just the piece count, this one had 1,400 pieces. This one had 1,300 pieces, and it increased in price. Now, we did get 6 minifigures, so that's 2 more minifigures. 2 more minifigures, an extra $10. If you're looking at it in the form of a CMF, which is usually $5, say one of these figures is $5 each, kind of justifies $10 bump in price, but you would think that the drop in piece count, 50 pieces, would kind of even that out a little bit, but that's just what it is. So the previous pirate ship had 3 technically minifigures. We can probably guess that the new one's going to have 5, maybe. That's just a rough guess, and probably some sort of brick-built animal, who knows what, maybe a monkey, I don't know. But we can probably justify that we're probably going to get new minifigures. It's not going to be the same figures and torsos that we got in the minifigure vending machine, which are now out on Pick a Brick. I believe they're kind of going in and out of stock depending on where you're at and what region you're in. But just like the Horse Knight's Castle, we got 2 entirely new factions, as well as a peasant torso. So we're probably going to get a new traditional pirate guy with a striped shirt of some kind, and maybe a jacket, maybe a pirate girl, probably as well. And I don't know, maybe a new pirate captain. I would love to see a new pirate captain, because it's like we always get this Redbeard remake. I'd like to get a new pirate captain, kind of like what they did with the Thieves of Tortuga. The guy made Captain Ogle, and he was like friends with Redbeard. I want to see more of that sort of thing. But we'll just have to see how that all plays out. Yeah, So moving on, we have the BrickLink Designer Series 10 submissions that are opening. So this is basically just for us because the people who know that they're submitting already created their sets, directions, and submitted it. Just know as a fan, January 30th is when all these sets are going to be pushed out. So you're probably going to start seeing them pop up on social media where people are saying, hey, my set's going to be on there. Vote for it so that it gets pushed up to the top and we can get this thing to be a real set. The voting will be on February 9th. So February 9th hits, that's when BrickLink uploads all these sets to BrickLink and everyone votes on them. And we go through the voting stages and seeing which one's going to actually be made a set. And then a little on down the line, BrickLink does their thing, however they do it, to pick which one that got voted the most in for each section. So that's coming up. So that's going to be fun to see. We also have this Privateer Frigate Fortuna BrickLink Designer Series 7 walkthrough. We're just going to watch this, and he's probably going to answer a lot of our questions that we have on this set. He's going to discuss what it is. Now, this is Alex. This is the guy who kind of runs BrickLink Designer Program. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into it.
You can see that there isn't a flat surface on any part of this whole ship. It is completely contoured from front to back, and then maintains the kind of waterline view of the ship there.
And just so you
Quite
know, this is
impressive, all
1080p.
the
I don't know
different
why they
techniques you'll
recorded this
see.
on an
There's
iPhone
half
3.
plate differences between each of it to kind of give it a nice arcing shape to it. And
It's
then
really
also
shaky too.
from the front to back, it also has some subtle curve to it. So it really adds a lot of character to it. One of the other really cool things about this ship is that it is there's so many different play features that are built into this model and the functionality that works within this model. You have all of the gun ports here that can open and close. You can kind of run out the cannons.
I know a lot of you guys, when I posted this video, talked about how, why are there brick bolt cannons, blah, 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 why I want to be able to pull the thing back and shoot a little stud or whatever they want to do. You can put the actually stud shooting cannons or little flick cannons, whatever they are, the traditional ones. The designer showed it. It fits perfectly in there without a real problem, and it still works the same. So if you want to put on the little flick fire cannons that are kind of bulky and whatever, you can still do that, just so you know. But yeah, continuing on.
There's 20 cannons, I want to say, that were on the ship. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 18 cannons from front to back, plus the 2 cannons that are off the front of the ship, and then 2 off the stern. So for a total of 22 cannons, that's impressive. It's got quite the armament. So each of the cannons can individually be moved out and put into place. And then one of the changes that we worked with the fan designer on was for the rigging. So you can see that now with the new rigging, it has handholds for minifigures to be able to climb the mast and to be posed in precarious situations all throughout, and then to make it all the way up to the bird's nest at the top.
We do have a question online asking if we can place Fortuna next to Tortuga for size comparison.
Yeah, I guess we could. We have we have a Tortuga up in the display here. And so, yeah,
best set of 2025, just so we're all aware.
Well,
Thieves of Tortuga, best set of 2025.
A good idea of how big Fortuna is.
See, it kind of just throws the scale off.
It is longer. I mean, the ship itself.
Like the ship itself alone looks really good. I really like it.
Mast is
by itself.
Almost exactly.
But even then, I'm not one to like put something like that on a shelf because it's like so like tall and hard to keep the dust off of it. It's cool, don't get me wrong. But like I would just rather have like a Thieves of Tortuga type set and a small ship like that came with Eldorado Fortress. This looks cool if you're collecting all the big ships like Black Pearl.
Cool features
but
throughout this model as well. So we talked about some of the cannons.
It's a bit too big for me.
Each of the decks can be removed so that you can get to, so for example, the lights boat here can be pulled out. You can pull the front deck off. I'll move this minifigure off because he's blocking the way here. But so this can come up and off here. And you're able to get to the front here.
I mean, I really like that they do this kind of stuff. This is cool. But next time, can we use someone's iPhone at least?
Where there is a food broiler out in the front here.
Good quality. Actually, they were live streaming this, so maybe that had an effect on it. I don't know.
And then we
I mean, it's
also
okay.
have
It's clear
sections
enough, I
in the
guess.
back here that will lift up and off. And you can see
Again,
the
this comes
different
with
compartments
20
within the ship as
minifigures.
well. To the rigging itself and some of the masts up here, there's a new element, this kind of 1x5 Technic element that was able to kind of smooth out a lot of the masts, where before it was just an axle, it was a bare axle. And that added a lot more detail and uniformity across
I honestly
all the
like it
sails
with
there.
the brick built sails being
But not
up.
a whole lot else changed up in
The
top
designer
here.
did make sail templates that he designed to fit perfectly on the set. If you so choose to want to put sails on it, you can print them out on paper, cut them out, and they fit on it perfectly. Print it out, a template, lay that over a piece of cloth, cut it out, do whatever you want. That saves people like us money and makes the price go down who don't want the sails. I know a lot of people say, oh my gosh, you should have been sent with sails. Why didn't it get sent with sails? But it's BrickLink Designer Program. You can't do printed items. You can't ship fabric and cloth. It's just not a thing.
Some minor dimensional changes to make sure that the strings lined up where they properly needed to, and to make sure that everything was pretty stable across. So this area down here changed ever so slightly just to increase, because I believe this element is one stud less in length compared to the this element here that used to be used for some of the rigging. But that added a little bit more detailing to the kind of some of the turnbuckles and things that are down here in the rigging. Here's if you run out of your cannon. This is the selector switch for which side you would like the anchor to be raised. So you have a neutral in the middle, you have your right and your left.
That's some
and
good
then if we come down here to
technical
anchor,
stuff
as we
going on
spin around,
like that.
This will, oh, I put them in the wrong direction.
What? I'm lost. Wrong direction.
So this will let them come up. Your minifigures will slowly work
What is
this
happening
around,
here?
and that is how you raise the anchors.
Yeah, it works a lot smoother
side, you can switch to the opposite
than
side,
what it seems like. I know you might be clowning on this right now, but it does work pretty good. I've seen the designer do it.
To lower the anchor. And then it's the same. If we were to pretend we flip them around and they spin the opposite direction, that's how you raise the anchor. So,
but that selector switch is really well designed. How he was able to do that.
With a drivetrain in there that allows us to work. It is such a cool feature within this model. Any questions regarding the?
So we have a few questions online, not regarding the anchor, but about the flags. Are stickers or prints?
They are stickers. So everything within BDP is almost always going to be stickers that are custom, unique to these elements. So as a reminder, we have to use.
The reason he said almost everything is because the only thing that's ever been printed in BDP, to my knowledge, is the upcoming Wolfpack shields, because they had a bunch of excess stock from the CMF Beastmaster Wolfpack. LEGO was able to give BDP, though, allocate those shields basically, so that you could use those for the Wolfpack Forest Den that's going to be coming out and shipping out very soon this February. So that's like the only printed thing that we've ever gotten, to my knowledge.
Existing elements within.
So that flag right there as well is based off of a real pirate and based off of a real flag that actually once existed. I know a lot of people are like, that doesn't look like a typical Jolly Roger, blah, blah, blah. It's actually based off of a real pirate, and it's going to be this guy right here. So these are all like traditional real pirate flags that some pirates actually used. this is what it's based off of right here. Bartholomew Roberts. And obviously they did it in like a cool way where it's like minifigures. Just, I mean, the guy who made the set put a lot of thought, put a lot of work into the set. He's been designing this thing since like series 4. He's been trying to get this thing passed. So, I mean, he took a lot of time, put a lot of effort into this set over and over and over again. And yeah, we finally got the end product here, which turned out really good.
Within the active palette. And so therefore, if it's something that isn't currently in production that is already printed, then we cannot use it, or then we won't have a printed version of that per se. So one of the questions that we were getting is, or that I've been seeing is, there's 24 stickers in this model. Where did all these stickers come from? And 20 of those stickers are all from the flags. So it's all the extra flags that we've included. The original model had kind of standard streamer type flags. And we thought it'd be a lot more fun to have the actual faction flags, right? So we have red coats, blue coats, and then a new pirate flag that we designed special for this model. And so with there being 6 stickers for each of the flags, that's 18. And then there's also 2 nameplates for the ship. So you'll see in some of the images, there's a Minerva, and in other images, there's Fortuna, the namesake of the model. And so that allows for additional playability in the sense of if you want to have one name or the other. This ship originally was submitted to BDP as Minerva when the Blue Coat faction was available in Eldorado Fortress. And then after that series, those figures were no longer available. So then the name was changed to Fortuna. But this is kind of a callback to that as well. So there is a Minerva nameplate as well. If you happen to have some of those old Blue Coat minifigures, you could use those and have a whole nother ship with it as well. So.
We have another question. Can you just explain further a little bit about the minifigures?
Yes, so these minifigures that are included, so there's 19 minifigures. We have a variety of officers that are included. There are kind of like a carpenter.
The one unfortunate thing about it is, yeah, I like that they gave us the new cream coat faction or whatever, but like we got 6 of the just traditional pirate. It's really rough. Just seeing 6 guys with striped shirts
on any wooden ship. We have kind of the Marines or soldiers that would also be accompanying a midshipman. Historically, you would have younger officers.
Got some
in some of the
dual molded legs at least.
We have a captain's daughter, a cook. We have all kinds of different.
And also, the designer said that captain's daughter is the same exact captain's daughter that was in the Imperial flagship set from like 2010. So a little bit of lore there. He kind of like designed her based off of that for his story that he was creating.
The ship itself. But yes, there's 19 minifigures total. And then there's also, there's technically 20 minifigures, but there's 19 that are playable with on the ship. And then on the very front of the ship, we have an additional minifigure, and it's kind of the statue on the front.
I think that this set is probably one of the best designed ships that we've ever gotten, in the sense that it has the realism and it has a lot of the playability. I think it does that. I think it does both of those incredibly well. Sometimes you get like the endurance where it's all realism in like a mini scale, but no real playability. This one's got the realism of the sails, the shrouds, and everything, and it's got a lot of fun like little playability type things going on with it. I think the designer did an excellent job on bringing those things together. Moving on here, I want to go through some of these MOCs that I've come across and just sort of give my thoughts on them. I think they're pretty cool. I would love to see like more. It's one of the reasons I'm creating a website and an app for people who like Lego, that we can post this type of thing and talk about them and like literally just get a bunch of inspiration. Because like just looking at this, I'm just overloaded with just inspiration and like wanting to go build something like this, even though it's like so awesome. I'd never be able to like do all the intricate little things. Like, look at that. He's using a crown there, and like the top of like a little cup that they sometimes use for like a bottle to make that like little design there. That's amazing, dude. And even right here, like, look how intricate that is. I don't know. There's something about the islands and the pirates theme that just looks so good. The colors look so good. This set looks awesome. Moving on to the next one I've got here. This one looks pretty cool because like the wood planks up to the door here looks really cool. You got like the waves crashing into the island. I love this look here, like this. Of the rocks like layered on top of each other. Looks so cool. Let's see what the next one is here. This one looks pretty cool. This one's more like a red coat almost thing going on here. This guy's like selling bananas or something. But it's kind of island-esque. It's got the same type of roof that like Thieves of Tortuga has. Nice bell tower up here. I love when the palm trees look like have the brown underneath them like they would really have. I don't know what this technique is, this thing is. I don't know what that piece is. Do you know what that is? I just realized it. Are those buckets? Guys, those are buckets stacked on top of each other that he used. That's sweet. Sweet. That's a good idea to make palm trees with buckets. Oh, man. That's cool. This one reminds me of... I don't know what it reminds me of. Kind of reminds me of Zorro. That's pretty cool. I love the whites and just the greenery and yellows that they use in these Lego themes. Pirate themes. This one was a really cool one with the gold roof here. You can actually, there's actually like a little battle going on. This guy's like shooting a cannon. You can see it right there blasting through. So obviously you have some rebels or something fighting around this church or whatever it is. It's cool. This one, this is a cool little like, it's not really pirate, but it's like kind of like islandy based. I guess it's like adventure, Johnny Thunder or whatever. This is like the tent from that Indiana Jones Kingdom of the Crystal Skull set with Mutt in it and the Korean girl or Ukrainian girl. That's what that tent is from, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it was any of the sets. I think it was only in that Indiana Jones set. It's cool. This is a cool little island build, almost like Eldorado Fortressy kind of. And I'm really a fan of the brown for the wood and the docks. I know the Eldorado Fortress. I know that even Lionel's Castle uses black for the interpretation of wood. I kind of like the brown. I really like the brown. I like both, but I'd probably rather see it brown, honestly. And yeah, this is a red coat faction, so there's even like a little monkey hidden up there. I mean, this kind of stuff just gives me like inspiration. It makes me want to go build something. You know what I mean? Even if I'm like, I don't know, it's just fun to look at. Like, look at this one. It's like a rundown church. This is the Spanish Armada flag. So obviously he kind of based it around what they would be. And I swear those are buckets. They got to be buckets, right? See, this is the type of MOC that didn't overdo it too much. Sometimes when you have MOCs, people put like thousands of pieces of greenery and leaves and all these little pieces, kind of overdoes it. I like this one a little bit better because this almost looks like a set that Lego would actually make. Obviously, they never would with the church stuff going on, but it's like, it's kind of, I don't know, it just kind of looks cool. It sometimes MOCs turn into not looking like a Lego set. That's what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, this was a really cool one. So this is like Eldorado Fortress, but made with like tans and sands colors and stuff. Obviously, like you got a pirate moving up here. Really cool. I like that. I like the usage of the tans on this set. This looks really cool. It would look so cool next to Eldorado Fortress. Let's take a look at this one. This one's like a cool little set that it's like, I don't know, man. There's just something so cool about the pirate theme. I don't know. I wish we had it still. This one was a BrickLink Designer Program, maybe? Because this is 3D render. This isn't real, like, physical. But, yeah. You always get those whites and yellows and then the red roofs with the pirates stuff. Really cool. Yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it for today's video. A lot of exciting stuff coming. That legendary pirate ship. Who knows what that means? Legendary means like it should be better than the one that we already got. It should look more royal, more elegant in a way, in my opinion. And a cool captain, a new, different captain that we've never gotten before. Hopefully we get that. As well as we've got a tease of CMF Series 29. That's going to be called the Classic theme. That's what it is said to be in the Lego magazine, so we'll have to see and keep our eyes on that. Hopefully it brings a classic pirate minifigure. You would think if it's being called classic that pirates is one of the most classic things for Lego that it could ever have, so hopefully we get some classic pirate minifigures in that coming in the summer, as well as BrickLink Designer Series 10. That's going to bring a load of people's set that they've been creating for the past couple months, so it's going to be fun to see all of those and vote on them. And BrickLink Designer Series 7, Frigate Fortuna is going to be going up for pre-order around February 16th, I say. So you're going to have to get ready for that one. It's going to be a real exciting set when it releases. Yeah, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to get on out of here, so I will see you in the next video.